And the Michigan State Spartans, 2-0 on top of the Big Ten, take on the Indiana Hoosiers, 1-1, and the Hoosiers have come on the floor. John Laskowski and Ted Kitchell to bring to the action. It's Jud Heathcote's last year as Michigan State coach, his last trip here to Assembly Hall. There he is. We're going to have a special presentation before the game starts. This is a team that Jud thinks can win the championship. They're going wild here in Bloomington, and they're going to do it with Sean Respert at the guard.
Sean Respert's probably as good a guard as there is, especially from the scoring point in the country. He can hit you from outside with a three-pointer. He can drive the basketball. He's very quick, and he's very smart. He likes to get to the free throw line. He got Indiana for 40 last year. Look for him to be good tonight for Michigan State.
For Indiana, it'll be a 50-game winning streak, home winning streak, if they can pull it out tonight. They're led by Brian Evans, a terrible game against Iowa. Came back strong in the last ball game. He's the key. What can we watch for to see if he's in the game?
I think you have to look for Brian Evans early in the first part of the game, the first 5 minutes. Not so much that he scores a bunch of points, but see how active he is on the offensive board, on the defensive board, defensively going after the ball. When he's active, he plays well, and Indiana plays well also.
All right, time now for the Cocaline fueling factors.
For Michigan State, they've got to rebound the basketball, because they like to get it in Eric Snow's hands and they like to run it up the floor as quick as they can. They like to get quick and easy shots. Title hopes. Jud Heathcote knows how to win. Sean Respert's a kid that knows how to win. They feel like they're good enough to win a Big Ten title. Winning at Indiana would be a big feather in their hat. For Indiana, defensive conversion. Coach Knight talked about it. Indiana has got to get back defensively. If they don't get back, look for Michigan State to score a lot of easy baskets. And Indiana has got to get the ball down inside, and they've got to get to the free throw line. The last 2 games, they've not gotten to the free throw line. Look for Indiana to get to the free throw line at least 30 times tonight.
Stop by your local Cocaline. With any 8-gallon fuel purchase, receive a Cocaline mini fuel tanker truck for only 99 cents. Cocaline, where over 55 years of family pride, makes a difference. And we'll be back with the starting lineups in tonight's Big Ten game after these messages.
For Indiana at forward, a 6'8" senior from Terre Haute, Indiana, number 34, Brian Evans. Another forward for Michigan State, a 6'7" junior from Elkhart, Indiana, number 23, David Bethea. And at forward for the Hoosiers, a 6'9" senior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 24, Alex Henderson. Center, a 6'9" junior from Lexington, Ohio, number 30, J.E. Pike. In the middle for Indiana, he's a 7-foot junior.
Respert and Snow are the real key people. Respert's a guy you got to keep from scoring. Snow, you got to get the ball out of his hands. He's very effective. The leading Big Ten guy in assists last year for Michigan State.
We want to remind everyone to call your Papa. Papa John's Pizza is waiting to deliver.
Around to golf and relax in it, and because of the way I think we've all come to feel about you, Jud, we have a very simple inscription on the back of the chair. It says, "To Jud Heathcote, with great respect, from Indiana University, January 11th, 1995.
Thank you, Bob. You're a great coach and a great friend.
Special presentation by Indiana and Bob Knight, a green, Spartan green, relaxing chair, the back saver that Jud Heathcote will take back to East Lansing and then on to Washington State, where he plans to retire. Now we're down to serious business, and Ted, I think this is an important start of the ball game. We talked about Michigan State title hopes. Jud Heathcote's won the Big Ten before, but remember the Spartans did not come to Bloomington last year, only 1-game series. It was at East Lansing. The 2 years previous, Indiana's blown out Michigan State by 30 both times.
Yeah, but don't expect that tonight. This is a different Michigan State team, and a team that can really score a lot of points. Indiana must slow the tempo down early on. Take a look, and Indiana has got to slow the tempo down, because Eric Snow, number 13, is a real key. Although Respert's going to score a lot of points, you've got to get the ball out of Snow's hands and not let him be effective, because if he's effective getting the ball up the court, Michigan State's going to score a lot of points, and this is not a game Indiana wants to get in a fast break game.
Our official tonight are Sam Licklider, Sid Rodeheffer, and Tim Fogarty. He's a 2A official. Phil Bova and Ron Zecker were both fogged out. They could not fly into Indianapolis and get down here, so we've got 2 replacements. Here's a look at the series. And Michigan State won big last year. Jud Heathcote's won 6 times here in Assembly Hall. Is that a quick start for Brian Evans?
We wanted Brian Evans to get off to a quick start, or at least the Indiana coaches felt like he needed to get off to a quick start. He did.
A whistle. It looked like Sam Licklider got hit.
I think he got hit
by
in the nose.
one of the players inadvertently, and he's there. You see him bent over.
I think he's got a bloody nose.
And the referees stopped action right away. He did. He got hit right there. There's Dr. Brad Bomba, and he's being looked after. So it's Licklider, a substitute official, just makes it here in time.
Sam lives in Dayton, Ohio, so I'm sure they could call him at the last second. He was probably able to get on a small plane, maybe get down to Bloomington. But in the Indianapolis area and north, it's just been extremely foggy, very, very difficult traveling conditions. But very thankful, obviously, that Sam's here, although he's feeling a little pain right now. I'm sure he'll be able to shake it off, get his nose quickly, and then continue on. But Indiana off to a very quick start. You can see right there, Brian Evans got the ball. There was no hesitation waiting to give it to a guard. I think you'll see Indiana want to drive and take advantage when they have the advantage, especially against any type of press Michigan State, rather than backing off like they did against Iowa and even Wisconsin. Look for Indiana to take the ball to the basket whenever they have the advantage tonight.
Michigan State's a similar type team of Iowa. They like to take the 3-point shot from the outside. Rustford, of course, the main guy there. They're not as quick a pace team as Iowa. And boy, if you saw that game Saturday, Iowa just ran an even quicker pace, and it confused Michigan State. But they did pull the game out right at the end.
But they are very similar, as you mentioned, to Iowa. On the jump ball is where they're saying that he ended up getting hit. So he did make it back down the floor. At least, but I think he's going to be all right. He's a pretty tough customer. We're going to take a look at it right here. You can see, watch right there. He kind of gets slapped on the nose, I think. But anyway, as far as Michigan State and Iowa, the thing to watch, if you remember at the Iowa game, which I know a lot of people, you've tried to put that out of your mind, the Iowa game, but if you remember, it seemed like Indiana was always in a hurry trying to guard Iowa, taking the ball up and down the court. That is something you want to look for tonight. If Indiana continues to look like they're hurried in everything that they're trying to do, that's going to be a problem. Indiana needs to slow it down and make Michigan State play at their pace.
Michigan State's a very good defensive team. They only give up 43.9 points in the field goal percentage, and they're shooting over 50%, almost 52% from the field. So it's a game of defense. Indiana, of course, very good on the defensive end. Just under 40% they allow their opponents from shooting.
One guy you might look for, and you can probably question why Neil Reed is not in the starting lineup. He has had a little bit of a problem with his shoulder. It popped out a couple days ago. And unlike Evans last year, who we saw play with the harness all year, if you remember, Evans was on his off shooting arm, so he was able to play. It was hard rebounding and doing some things like that, but he didn't really have any problem shooting the basketball. But with Reed, it is his shooting arm. It did pop out a couple days ago. I'm not sure that he even should be playing tonight, but he wanted to play. He's a tough kid. Coach said if you want to play, you're welcome to suit up and do whatever you can. So look for him to get in the game, but he has had some problems with his shoulder, and that's why he's not starting tonight.
Last year, the Spartans and Hoosiers played up at East Lansing. The final score, big by Michigan State. It was a close game at halftime, and both Respert and Alan Henderson had big nights. Henderson with 41, and Respert had 40. As I mentioned, he's not afraid. He's the leading Big Ten three-point shooter right now. Both coaches are at half court. They're talking to Sid Rodeheffer. There's Sam Licklider. He seems to be okay. A very quick recovery. And he's going to try to continue. Remember at Iowa, Randy Drury got sick and he was not able to continue. They went with 2 officials. It's just a lot easier when you've got that third view to watch the action. And with this talent of these Big Ten players, that becomes so important. Got a plug there in his nose to help control that bleeding, and I'll tell you, I like that spirit right there by Sam Licklider.
He's a gamer. You gotta like him.
All right. All Big Ten official right there. Looks like we're ready to go. It's 2-0. Indiana scored very quickly off the tip. Brian Evans hit a jumper, and this will be Michigan State's first possession. Here's Respert, 24. He takes the ball out of bounds, and here's Snow, 13. He's their assist man.
Eric Snow will be the guy that handles the ball a lot. Michigan State not really looking for that kind of shot. Indiana loves when Michigan State wants to pop, their big guys pop that quick early shot.
Henderson a quick shot, and he gets the good roll.
You see Indiana trying to take advantage and get the ball up quickly, but look at Eric Snow run that ball back down the floor. That's what you're going to have to watch all night. He'll run it all the way down to the baseline. He'll either take the shot or he likes to dish. That's why he led the Big Ten in assists last year.
This is what Indiana wants to do. Make Michigan State set up the half-court offense. Set play a back screen for Garavalia, and it gets him an easy basket.
Bad communication by Indiana. Very similar to the play in Iowa. The back screen, you've got to talk, you've got to back off, knock that guy off his cut.
Brian Evans, three-pointer from the outside. He's 2 for 2 from the field.
And Indiana 3 for 3 very quick. Eric Snow runs it up. That's exactly what Michigan State's looking for. I just can't stress enough how quick they run the ball up the floor, and they try to get quick, easy shots against the defense before it gets set up.
Pick up Snow as soon as you can. Lindemann, a big move inside. Garavalia giving up several inches.
I don't think that Michigan State's a team that wants to play a lot of defense. If you'll take your time, you're going to get some good shots. Nobody's big enough to handle Lindemann. If he'll just take his time and take good shots, I think he'll be able to score.
That's Garavalia. He got a big kick off the rim, and it goes in. He's averaging 9 a game. Michael Herman hit the deck. Expect Herman to play quite a bit. He only played 3 minutes against Wisconsin, but he should see lots of action.
Michigan State in a zone defense. Jud Heathcote has taught a zone defense very, very well at Michigan State for a long time as Herman gets an open jump shot up top. But they're probably going to make Hart and Herman shoot that jump shot.
That foul on Steve Hart. He played 37 minutes against the Badgers, and he should play quite a bit. He had 8 points and 6 rebounds, and there you see
and one huge block against Michael Finley.
It only took 1 block to win that game. 9-6 Indiana.
Indiana going to have to make it more difficult to enter the basketball. You can see they're able to just throw it into, I think it's Garavalia. Laz has got that pronunciation down, but when they come up and are able to throw it into their offense from the half-court line, Indiana's going to have to do a better job defensively, not letting them enter the ball.
Jump ball possession to Michigan State. They look for Respert on the out-of-bounds play, and Michael Herman gets over a pick. Snow gets pressure from Hart. Not an over and back because Hart slapped it. Coach Knight questions that call.
You see Hart trying to put a lot of pressure on Snow. You're going to call 3 seconds. Camping in the lane right there. They're so used to coming down and getting a quick shot. Jud not very happy with that. The big guys get to camping inside, ready to go to the boards.
So when you put pressure on that point guard, Snow, you make him do things he's not used to. That upsets the people inside.
Exactly, and also it makes it much more difficult for entry passes.
Todd Lindemann, second move, second basket.
He looks much more comfortable down there tonight, but here comes Michigan State running it right back up.
Steve Hart right on Snow. Now a switch as Hart takes Respert, and now Herman on Snow.
You can see Herman not putting as much pressure on Snow.
Indiana needs a good start. They've got it right now with a 5-point lead. Respert. Again, some pro scouts here watching. Respert for Michigan State. Henderson gets back on Garavalia. All
Shot
5 Spartans
down to 5.
One side of the floor. And Bethea can't come up with it. Out of bounds to Indiana.
Great defense by Indiana. You take a look at Jud Heathcote. He knows he's got an experienced team. He's not going to get too upset at this point in time. Team that can score a lot of points and score them very, very quickly.
Iowa got up early on the Spartans in the first half, and that's a very difficult style to come back against, but Michigan State was able to do it. Push off here as Brian Evans, a shot fake and then a drive.
Indiana very, very concerned about Respert as you take a look at Coach Knight. Cocky jumped doing a little coaching right there, but they want Respert to have to work defensively every time down the floor. So whoever has the ball in front of him in this zone probably will look to drive the basketball, try to get him to move a little bit, make him play some D.
Henderson a pick, and Steve Hart the open jumper. Both Lindemann and Henderson go down. Here's Snow. Pass to Garavalia and the basket.
There's not much to say. That's what they like to do. I mean, I just can't tell you how quick Snow gets the ball up the court. And the other 4 guys do nothing but run to spots on the floor and fill those spots, knowing that Snow is going to bring it up and get it to them if they're open.
Henderson, jump shot goes around Jamie Fife. So Indiana is scoring from the inside. Michigan State on assist from Snow.
Indiana really shooting the basketball very well, but those are shots that they're getting inside and aren't really contested. I think Michigan State more concerned about scoring than they are playing defense at this point in time.
Hart fights through a screen to stop Respert from getting open, and again, Snow brings it out. Shot clock down to 11.
Snow's a guy that doesn't really like to shoot. He will take the shot, as we mentioned. He did have 22 last week, but he's a guy that likes to dish, shoot second.
Herman, a crossover nearly stolen. Brian Evans just short. Easy rebound for Respert, and he runs it up, and he'll take the shot. But Herman comes up to pick him.
See a lot of guys jumping at Respert. Other than the guy guarding him, you'll see guys jumping at him, trying to get him to pick that ball up, make him pass it off.
Inside pass, Bethea, a block by Brian Evans.
Good long arms by Evans right there. You got to take it into Henderson.
Back out to Evans. 3 is again short. Lindemann boards. Michael Herman drives. And a good steal there. Garbalia comes up with it on the floor, and Indiana will get that jump ball.
Bad pass by Michael Herman. He got a little bit off balance. There wasn't any place to throw the basketball.
14:47 left. Indiana, a great start. They're up 15-8. We'll be back after these messages. Last 5 games, they're on a 5 blocks per game average. I guess that's probably something you and I don't know anything about, huh? Well, so what would be the reason for a lot of block shots?
Not about. I know a few guys that blocked my shots. I didn't block many myself, I'll tell you that.
Brian Evans with a good one there.
Michigan State, a team that usually plays a 3-2 zone. You can see they start out in a 2-3. They start out in a 2-3 matchup. They will be matching up in the easiest way. They'll do a lot of communicating and talking as far as who needs to pick up who in that defense.
Second time Hart's gotten that jump shot, and he's made both of them. Indiana by 9, 4 for Steve Hart.
You can see Snow out of the game, and Michigan State not able to run the ball up the court the way they do with him in the basketball game.
Andy Pinnock is in, also number 40. Quentin Brooks with the ball. Respert tries to drive, trapped by Herman. He's on the floor. It's 3-on-1. Evans all the way. Henderson rebound.
I think that shows you what type of attitude Indiana's brought into this game. Henderson could have easily stopped at half court. He continued to follow the play up. Indiana misses, and he throws it back down in.
6 for Alan Henderson. And Indiana off to a great start. Brooks outside is off. Lindemann with the board.
And he went up strong to get that rebound.
Kept the ball high so that Spartans couldn't steal it. Still the zone. Evans now comes over to the right side of the floor. Where are the shots going to come from here, Ted?
They ought to come from the wing. You can see where Evans steps out right there will be the shot.
Boy, he called it.
Looking for.
He's got it. Ted Kitchell analyzed that zone, and Evans hurt him. While three-pointer, it's Indiana by 14.
Indiana really off to a good start, and again, it's defense. A lot of turnovers by Michigan State, and Jud Heathcote looking for a timeout.
And he's going to get it. This crowd is going wild. We'll be back after these messages from your local stations. This is the Raycom Network.
Watch here, you can see Hart's got Respert. He can't help off of him, but Michael Herman does a nice job. Without Snow in the game, everybody looking for Respert. Great effort right there. Should be a 2-on-1, easy layup. Henderson, nice job of following up, and he gets him an easy 2 points right there.
A lot of emotional baskets so far. You can see the shooting. Indiana getting several shots, 71%.
One thing that you were able to see the last time Michigan State down the floor, and they only did it one time, is they didn't have Snow in the game. You can see Respert out of the game. But without Eric Snow in the game, Michigan State just not near as smooth on offense.
You can see there a 13-2 run by Indiana. And a steal. Lindemann comes away with it. The defense is sharp, Ted. The offense is very productive. 4 turnovers for Michigan State.
Todd Lindemann's played as good so far as he's played all year.
Henderson comes up with the pass.
Got to use some pass fakes against that zone rather than just looking and throwing.
Brian Evans leaning out of bounds, hits that jumper.
Brian Evans really has come to play tonight, and it was very evident from the start of the game when Indiana got the tip and he took it right down and he scored right away.
10 first half points, and Jud's got to get Respert and Garavalia back in the game.
You can see Hart really doing a nice job just containing Snow. He's not putting a lot of pressure on him, but he's right there. He wants to get around and then dish.
Block shot by Henderson. This team does a nice job to help out on baseline drives. Let's take a look at the block.
Nice job right here, Indiana driving right. There's no place to go. He's behind the backboard. Alan Henderson, nice job. Respert's back, and there's only 12 seconds on the shot clock.
Snow also back in. Garavalia's in, 21. Pat Knight in for Indiana. Their only sub change right now. Shot clock is 10. Bethea, quick shot is off. Pat Knight and Garavalia jump ball, and Michigan State will have this one.
A little strange. We're only almost 8 minutes into the game. We've already had 3 jump balls. And 1 bloody nose.
Respert has it out. See if they run a play. Henderson nearly steals it.
Indiana very, very alert on both ends of the court tonight.
Jud Heathcote, boy, we're going to miss him, Ted. He's got quite a wit about him. He's a great coach. Of course, took Magic Johnson and that 79 team all the way to the championship against Larry Bird's team.
You can see Sean Respert. He comes off the bench. He sat down for a second. You're going to look for him to start looking for some shots. He's tried to working his way into the offense. He's not really found anything. Start looking for him to go a little one-on-one, get some shots.
Evans trapped and back out. Lindemann turns. Jump hook just off. Henderson fights for it, lays it in.
Great hustle by Alan Henderson and great hands once again. He tipped that ball. He tipped it. Finally got a hold of it and laid it back in.
8 points for Henderson. Good trap there on Brooks, and he travels. It's the defensive pressure by Indiana that's taken the game away from Michigan State.
You see Michigan State not able to get up and get that quick shot and that easy shot that they're used to getting. Against Iowa, Iowa against us got up and they got that easy shot. Tonight we're taking it away from them because of Indiana much more successful.
Michigan State 5 turnovers. And I'm not going to mention Indiana's because I might jinx them. Evans all the way. Players go falling, and Brian Evans is going to draw the charging foul. But as Snow went down, Lindemann tripped over him. So Snow got hit twice that time, but he took the foul.
Evans doing a nice job. He continues to take the ball to the basket tonight. I thought that was a little questionable right there. I don't know if the guy had that good a position. The official obviously saw it differently.
Henderson's out to take a rest. And just as I mentioned, Indiana did not have any. That charging foul has cost them a turnover.
You see Pat Knight is guarding Snow. That's a tough defensive effort for Pat. He obviously doesn't have the quick foot speed that Eric Snow has, so that's a guy you really got to use your head against. He's got to back off, he's got to contain him, and if anything, he's got to make Snow take the jump shot from the outside because the penetration will really kill IU.
Charlie Miller checks in for Brian Evans, so both Henderson and Evans on the bench now, each with 10 points. There they are. 2 great starts.
I don't think you'll see him there very long. I think Coach Knight obviously wants to get a couple of the guys in, Patterson and Miller, but I think you'll see Henderson and Evans right back in the game.
Bethea's out. Ray Weather, 6'3" sophomore's in. This is Jamie Fike, 6'9" junior. He's bulked up this year. He's up to 240. Now this crowd, the students are back in school here in Bloomington, and they're out in force. Another sellout crowd tonight. And it's been louder already, as we can tell. Michigan State leads the Big Ten in free throw percentage, almost 75%. That worked, didn't it? 26-12, Indiana leads it. We approach the halfway mark of this first half. Andre Patterson in for Indiana.
Michigan State back in man-to-man. Lindemann needs to throw that one back out, get posted up once again, and he'll probably get the ball right back. There's no way that Fike can handle him inside. He needs to get ready to swing that hook when he does receive the basketball.
See how Michigan State clamps in on Todd after he gets the ball now. Hart, yes! He's getting good extension on that jump shot, and it's going in.
I know Steve Hart's been working on his shooting, but I don't really think it has anything to do with his technique or his shooting ability. More than anything, it's just knowing that you can shoot the basketball, having a little confidence. He looks very confident tonight as he's already hit 3 for 3.
6 points, 28-12. Tough shot there. That time it's Respert. He shoots falling away and still hits that.
And he looks so smooth in everything he does. He just he moves with great ease. You can see he can shoot falling away. He can shoot lean into the basket. He's just as good a scoring guard as there is in the Big Ten.
5 points now for Respert. Foul inside. And that's going to go on Respert.
Weathers, I think, is the guy.
Oh, sorry, that's Weathers coming off a pick. Michael Herman checks in for Pat Knight. So both teams going to the bench quite a bit here. It has been a fast pace, very intense game. So coaches trying to give their players some rest. Jud Heathcote rarely sits down. And here you see him at the bottom part of your screen.
Michigan State still in a man-to-man. Indiana needs to spread it out and take advantage inside. They can get Patterson posting up inside. They can also get Lindemann.
Look away pass goes to Charlie Miller, but State comes up with a steal. Respert down quickly. Tough shot. Count it. And Michael Herman with the foul. That's an NBA move there.
Michael Herman's going to get the foul. Michael Herman made a great play on the other end. He gave Charlie Miller an easy layup. Charlie's got to hold on to that ball, go up strong, get Indiana 2 points. Because they knock it away, Respert down the floor. He really doesn't get touched, but he makes the basket. Referee thought he did get a foul, and he's going to have a chance for a 3-point play.
He's the leading free throw shooter in the conference. He's off a little bit here, but on the season he's 86%. And Alan Henderson checks back in. Brian Evans comes back in. You're right, Ted. Coach Knight goes right back with the 2 big players inside. Lindemann gets a big hand as he comes out. And Steve Hart comes out.
Steve Hart's been very, very big for Indiana so far. He needs to keep his intensity over there on the bench, get ready to come back in and do the same things he's been doing to start this game.
Indiana by 11.
Michigan State's a team that doesn't really want to play a lot of defense, as I've mentioned before, especially in the man-to-man. If you spread out, you set good screens and make good hard cuts, you'll get them holding a lot. They're going to use their hands to play defense. They're a team that likes to play zone because of that fact.
Charlie Miller's out on top. Here's Patterson. Fike does a good job to keep him out of the lane.
Indiana got 2 guys on the lane post, and they need to set some good back screens and spread things out a little bit. That'll help the offense.
Brian Evans had snow on him. That's why he wanted to post. Henderson off on the shot. And Michigan State starts to come back. Respert way outside is off.
Go ahead, Laz. Sorry to bother you there. That's not really a hurried shot. That's one that they're going to look for and they're going to take because anything is within range.
Again, Snow was matched up on Evans, and he takes him right inside the lane. Snow drives, offensive foul. Michael Herman, and it was Henderson in good position as he draws the foul.
There's not a lot of contact, but you've got to fall down when you get a little contact, and you need to give a big holler, too. Oh! Right there you go, fall back. Good job by Henderson. You can see, once again, they get caught for holding. Snow has got Evans. This is if you had a real mature Indiana team out there, I think you'd see 4 guys spread out and they let Evans work that middle right there. You can see they noticed it the second time down, they got him the ball, he scored. They noticed it the 3rd time down. So it's a team that's learning and starting to pick things up that earlier in the year they would not have.
And Snow's going to have to come out. His 2 personal fouls. Michigan State's going with 3 guards, and that's why Snow ended up on Evans.
Oh, great pass.
Cut inside. Offensive goaltending. Charlie Miller and Patterson are all over that rebound. Just there a little too soon.
And it's a very, very good call because the ball was going to come off, but it was still on the rim. If it's touching that rim, you got to keep your hands off of it. The only way they would have got away with it was to go up and rebound it, bring it back down, and then take it back up. Dunking it back in, you're not going to get away with it. Good call by Sam Licklow.
Back cut by Bethea. Carvalho is hit, and he gets the basket. Charlie Miller hit him with his body. Did not affect his arms, and Carvalho got the shot in.
Michigan State continues to hang around. Indiana's playing very, very well. You can see right here, Charlie Miller comes up and he bumps him. You can see it right there. Boom, he bumped him. Good job, Garavalia, to make the basket. He'll get a chance to shoot free throws. This is not a team, as Laz mentioned, that you want to send to the free throw line. A team that's very, very effective tonight.
Good on that one. Timeout, 7:56 left. Indiana leads at 30-20. We'll be back after these messages. Both undefeated Big Ten teams, their first defeat tonight against Michigan State, Saturday against Illinois.
Indiana with a very big team in against Michigan State. You can see Evans playing the number 2 guard.
Lindemann's been turning to that left shoulder. He's missed the shot, but Indiana's got the height advantage, and Patterson puts it back in.
Patterson, a great offensive rebounder. He just really has a knack of knowing where the ball's going to come off. He's very quick off the floor. You can see able to keep it up high and get an easy basket.
That shot is good. Garavalia, he's got his average. He's got 11 already now, 2 over his average. Lead is 10. This is a Michigan State team scoring 87 points a game, and they're not on track right now to do that. Credit Indiana's defense, but they can score very quickly. Evans can't get the roll. Indiana taps it away, and that's what Sam Licklider saw, out of bounds to Michigan State.
Henderson and Lindemann kind of fighting over it inside. With this lineup in there, they really have to take it upon themselves to spread it out offensively, because it's easy for about 3 or 4 guys to get down inside and they all want to post up.
Weathers. And Brian Evans has the job on him. Inside, blocked by Lindemann, and Evans comes away with it. Henderson against the much smaller Bethea. Lindemann. Indiana still takes its time on the offense. Man-to-man by Michigan State.
Lindemann needs to learn to get that ball, give it back to Henderson, and then just slide down the lane. Don't go over and screen for the basketball. You can see Henderson travels right there. With Lindemann, will just give the ball back to Henderson, slide down the lane, use his height, use his body. He'll probably get an easy shot inside. Good job by Evans, keeping him in the corner. Good double team. You can see Lindemann goes up and swats it away, and Evans right there to pick up the loose ball.
Interesting substitution. Eric Snow back in the game. He's got 2 fouls. Most coaches don't want any player to get their 3rd foul in the first half, but I think Jud knows at 10 points down at 6:20, he's got to stay in this ball game. Respert, shot fake, off balance and misses, but Garavalia there, jump hook. Jamie Foxx, so Michigan State gets 2 extra shots but can't hit it.
I would think you might see Coach bring Hart back in the game with Snow back in the game. It's going to be very, very tough for Evans to guard him.
Lindemann outside. Height advantage for Patterson. Tough pass as the bounce pass to Henderson goes awry. 4 turnovers. Snow down quickly. Reverse shot, and Herman comes away with it. Boy, it doesn't take them long to get a shot away.
Boy, they get it right up the floor. It's a good pass. He needs to take that ball up. He needs to turn and just take it up. People upset. Whether he got fouled or not is really not the question. There's no need to put the ball on the floor. There's no need to play around with it. He needs to get it, do something with it.
He got that height advantage, turn and take that shot. Patterson will learn that, but right there, it's a jump ball, and Indiana has possession. Brooks checks back in for Michigan State. There he is. 11 points for Garavalia, so he comes out. I think both sides, players playing so hard, they're getting a little tired here first half.
Indiana needs to take Evans inside. Oh, great job by Lindemann, continuing to go to the boards. You can see he did it against Wisconsin the other night. Big basket against Wisconsin, and he comes back tonight continuing to hustle on the offensive board.
Indiana by 12, and here's that matchup, Snow and Evans. Bryant starts to drop back. Snow's not as dangerous from the 3-point line as he is on the drive. Respert, count it, that's a 3-pointer.
Fill it up.
45th straight game now. He's made a 3-pointer, his second of the night. He's got 13. He loves to play against Indiana.
2 very different players in he and Finley. 2 of the best players in the Big Ten. Finley likes to dribble and find his shots. Respert, a guy more like an Indiana player, coming off screens and looking for shots off screens.
Evans off a screen, tough shot. Henderson boards. bullies his way in there, and he gets the basket.
That's what we've been looking for all year, to square up those shoulders, gather yourself, and really go up strong. Hold on to the basketball, don't let somebody knock it away, and you get your chance, get a chance at a three-point play. See, Evans takes a little bit of an off-balance shot. Henderson comes in, nice job rebound. Now watch how he gathers himself, goes up strong. Make this free throw, he'll get 3 out of that.
Came all the way from the left side of your screen, the weak side, to get that rebound. And that three-point play puts Indiana up by 12 now.
Both teams on the next foul will be into the bonus, and I think this will be a very important 4.5 minutes as they get ready to go to the halftime.
Respert. Pass is off. Hart recovered very quickly. A wild pass goes out of bounds. 7 turnovers. 35, Steve Polanowski, 6'9" sophomore.
That guy's got to be in relation to you, isn't he, Laz?
He's in the lineup. Needs some size in there for Jud Heathcote, so Polanowski comes in. It's easy to pronounce those names too, isn't it, Ted?
Steve Hart really doing a nice job on the other end defensively. Respert not able to get the shot, throws the ball away the last time.
Evans inside, Henderson with the great pass.
Great recognition. He felt all of a sudden he was double teamed. Respert was the guy double teaming him. Respert was guarding Evans. Evans open. Easy bucket for Evans. Great pass by Alan Henderson.
Great first half by Indiana. The lead at 14. And Michigan State. Brooks outside. Patterson rebounds. So Michigan State's out of the pattern of game they want to play, and the scouting report to stop Snow was correct. It's limited Michigan State scoring here first half.
A lot of that has to do because Indiana has shot the ball very, very well. They're having to take the ball out of bounds. They're going to call a push foul right there on Brian Evans. Got to use your body and not your arms when you got somebody posted like Respert down inside.
Same play again, didn't work. We've got timeout, and we'll be back after these messages from your local stations. This is the Raycom Network.
This is now in effect for Michigan State. Correction on the foul. Correction, it is number 34, Brian Evans, credit Evans with the personal, his second personal. Substitution for Indiana, number 25, at 9, replacing Brian Evans.
You got 3.5 minutes to go to 10. Becomes a big mental factor.
Now the timeout, so they take the free throws before the break. We'll be back after these messages from your local. Okay, we're going to stay here. Bob Nutt. Back at Assembly Hall, Michael Herman will check in. And Ted, I think a key to the ball game so far has been Indiana's great play on offense, very slowly working the ball inside, and their concentration on slowing the Michigan State offense down.
Yeah, they're really doing a nice job when they need to get back defensively in conversion. I know they've been working on it all week because it hurt them so much last year towards the end of the year up there when Respert was able to get 40 because they just continued to run the ball down the floor and get a lot of easy shots. But like I said, when you shoot the ball very, very well, they end up taking it out of the net, having to take it out of bounds. Now they still get it up pretty quick, even taking it out of bounds, but it does slow them down a little bit. Indiana been doing a nice job on both ends of the floor. I think Michigan State pretty fortunate right now to even be staying in the game at this point in time.
It's interesting to watch styles of play because we saw this Michigan State team on Saturday come back to defeat an Iowa team that really handled Indiana. but the change in style of defenses. Indiana's defense has done a job against Michigan State, where Iowa had trouble stopping the Spartans.
Well, this is an Indiana team that takes upon two different faces. They take one on the road and they have one here at home. At home, they're much more aggressive. They have a wonderful confidence when they play here in Assembly Hall. When they go on the road, they're very hesitant. And until they learn to take that home face on the road with them, they're going to have trouble out on the Big Ten road.
We'll see that Saturday at Illinois against Lou Henson's squad.
Michigan State back in the zone defense. Henderson, an easy shot there in the middle, not able to convert. But Michael Herman with the rebound after Lindemann did a nice job of keeping it alive.
Henderson, the pass from Michael Herman. What a look.
But you don't want to celebrate because here they come.
Respert, Herman checked off, but Respert missed the open shot. Lead to Hart. Indiana runs. Henderson lob is good. Steve Hart, a good pass to Henderson.
Great play by Steve Hart. Somebody's got to help him right there, but Steve Hart with a great play right there. Great pass to Henderson.
Respert came down quickly. Instead of taking that shot, goes to Garavaglia. You're right about that. No time to celebrate.
Yeah, Michigan State back in that 2-3 zone. They weren't doing a very good job man-to-man, so Judge put them back in the 2-3 zone.
Protects Snow from that third foul as well. Pat Knight's shot is off. It's 3-on-2 Michigan State. And they go outside to Respert. Three-pointer is good. Just when you think you have control, they're right back in the game. It's now 11-point lead.
Exactly. You can't let them hang around. A little bit like the European teams we're used to watching right there. Run it down the middle and throw it out to somebody waiting beyond the three-point line. If you notice, Respert runs the left side of the floor at all times. That's his side of the floor. That's where he's going to get his shots. Indiana very ineffective the last two times down the floor, and they can't do that if they want to keep this lead.
Respert a little tired there. You see him just in your screen. And Coach Dan Dockage off the bench trying to get that defensive going again.
Coaches know how important this last minute and a half is going to be going into the halftime.
Garavaglia way outside for three, and he nails that one.
He's having a big night. He shoots that ball very, very well. He hit a couple early ones. He's got his confidence going. And Michigan State back to within 8.
Garavaglia and Respert have 32 of Michigan State's 35 points. Michael Herman off on that three-pointer. Lindemann, rebound, basket is good.
Lindemann, even though he's not under the basket, a nice job of going after the basketball. Oh, what a play right there.
Respert shot fake, give him a little 8-footer on the baseline, and he gets that. We're under a minute, and the lead is 8. Timeout is Lindemann, and Jamie Fike bump heads right at half court. They were toe-to-toe and chest-to-chest, and the referee saw it and raced right out to midcourt.
Todd Lindemann, good to be aggressive. He don't need to back down. There's no need to back down. He's having a good night. He's playing as well as he's ever played in Assembly Hall and in an Indiana uniform. There's no need to back down.
Jamie Fike comes out. There you see him. He's a bruiser, though. 6'9" and 240. Jud takes him out for the last 56 seconds. Charlie Miller in for Indiana.
These guards need to take it down and, if possible, try to get it in Lindemann's hands. You want to keep him involved in the game right now. Big play right there for Indiana.
See if they run the shot clock here. Still 20 seconds. 2-3 zone.
Hart's got to step up and take that shot. He can almost get a free throw. He can almost dribble into the free throw line and take that shot.
Henderson baseline.
Not any room right there.
Offensive foul. Garavaglia went down and Henderson hooked a little bit, and that's what Sam Licklider's calling. Hook with the left hand. So Michigan State now with another possession. They're down 8, and if they can score here, it'll be as close as they've been in a long time. Bob Knight not happy with that call.
Indiana fans don't like it, but that's a good call. There's no room down there. No need for Charlie Miller to even throw the basketball down there. Indiana needs to bring it back out. Steve Hart's got to step up and take that free throw shot.
Respert's looking for a pick. Garavaglia's on top. And he wants to go right. Beats Weathers. 5 seconds. Garavaglia off, but a tip by Brooks, and it's a foul. Good position by Pat Knight, and Indiana will get free throws, a 1-and-1. Jud Heathcote a quick turn of events on his last shot of the half.
Pat Knight, nice job of blocking out against the bigger Brooks. This will be 2 big free throws, give Indiana a 10-point lead. And I talk about a double-figure lead, and that it's a big mental boost if you can go into the halftime with a double-digit lead rather than only a single-digit lead. There's another $25 to Gleaners from Noble Romans Pizza. Within 25 minutes after placing your delivery order, Noble Romans will call to let you know your pizza is on its way, or it's free.
Pat Knight hits 2 big free throws. The lead is 10. Here's Weathers. Steal by Charlie Miller. He tapped it out of bounds. 4/10 of a second. You can catch the ball and still shoot here. With 3/10 or less, you have to tap the ball, but with 4/10, you can get a shot away. Brooks does, and it's off, so Jud Heathcote leads his Spartans to the locker, but they're going to be down 10 as they do. Bob Knight has some words for Sam Licklider. Indiana leads it 47-37. We're at halftime, and we'll be back after these messages. You can see him bulge in his right shoulder. That popped out here a couple times last week. He has not played much here, but what does Indiana have to concentrate on here as they start the second half?
Well, Indiana needs to come out, obviously, in the first 5 minutes. I know people at home get tired of talking about the first 5 minutes, but it really is. I think it'll really set the tone. This is a Michigan State team that you mentioned. The last 2 times they've been here, they didn't come here last year. Indiana only played them once, and that was in East Lansing. The last 2 times they've played here, they've lost by 30 points. It's a team that if you go out, you start early here, you get a big lead, I think it's a team that'll maybe fade away a little bit. If you let them get back in the game with guns like Snow and Respert, it's going to be a long fight all the way to the end.
And Bob Knight knows that. He's awful good at those halftime talks, whether the team is ahead or behind. Indiana goes back with its starting lineup, and Indiana's been able to use their size to their advantage here in the first half. Jud Heathcote, haven't seen a thump yet, Ted. Hopefully we'll see one here before he goes. He's quite a character. We're underway. Michigan State has possession, and Snow and Hart are on top.
You can see Steve Hart guarding Snow, very important once again. A lot of pressure by Indiana. Good job by Hart of getting to the goal. But a lot of pressure on Snow really puts a lot of pressure on their offense.
Respert wanted that foul, but could not get it.
They're in a man-to-man defense. Indiana needs to have some sharp movement. Michael Herman needs to take that one more dribble, get a better angle to get that entry pass in there. But Indiana needs to come out of the locker room and really move sharp. Evans got him off to a quick start in the first half. Let's see if Henderson or Evans can't get him off to a quick start here in the second half.
Way outside to Henderson.
See, they're not moving with the efficiency they were in the first half. A little lax. Indiana going to continue to try to take it inside, take advantage of their height.
They do to Henderson. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Lindemann, same place he hit the
good pass.
Shot last week, and now he gets a good pass inside to Hart. Michigan State up quickly, out of bounds, and turnover, Spartans.
Good cut by Steve Hart. Great find by Todd Lindemann. He continues to play very, very well here tonight. Hart, it's very difficult playing against Michigan State. He scores and he runs as fast as he can to try to beat Snow back the other end. It's a tough assignment for Steve Hart. He's really stepped up and had a great game so far for Indiana.
He played 37 minutes against the Badgers. He's played quite a bit here in this ball game. 16 minutes out of 20 in the first half.
Indiana still with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Take it down to Henderson. He needs to
driving move.
That's what he needs to do.
And he gets it off the backboard. Snow down quickly. Did he travel? Yes, he did.
Jud wants a timeout.
And Jud gets a timeout. He's seen enough. 18:26 left. Indiana has built their lead to 51-37. We'll be back after these messages. Here they've built their lead to 14 points, scoring the first 4 of the second half, and they've got possession of the ball.
Fike back in the game for Michigan State. Indiana, oh my goodness, that was an out-of-bounds play they obviously set up. It looks awful easy, but Alan Henderson made a great entry pass to Steve Hart. He was up there biting on that rim. He was way up above the rim.
Biting on the rim, I like that. That's getting up there. Hart has 10. And the crowd comes to life. Jamie Fike tipped away. Herman's got it. 3 on 2. A player goes down. That's Snow. 3. He can't believe it. He's going to get called for the foul. Jud Heathcote. There's the thump. We got our first thump. The Jud thump. He did not agree with that call because Snow has picked up his 3rd foul.
I think if I was standing where Jud was, I think I'd thump too. I thought that Eric Snow had awful good position for Michigan State. Herman a little bit out of control for Indiana.
Good pass there just before contact, but the shot is off. Bethea comes away with it. Bethea played his high school ball in Indiana, Elk Park Memorial High School. And the Spartans have it again. Respert on top.
Respert, he goes down in the corner. Everybody's looking to screen for him. He'll come off of it. He's not a guy that does a lot of dribbling to get his shots, though. He likes to come off screens to get his jump shot.
Automatic switch now with Hart and Herman. And this time Herman switches on to him. Respert posts up. We don't see that often. Herman picks up his 2nd foul. And moving, Alan Henderson, with his first half scoring, has moved into 8th place now, all time on the Indiana scoring list. He's passed Greg Graham, and he's passed Scott May, who's in attendance here today.
So it would be interesting to watch Lindemann and Fike. Obviously, they got into a little bit of a pushing match early in the game, but they've come back. Don't seem to be having any problems here in the 2nd half.
Indiana scored the first 6 points now, 2nd half. It's 3 minutes old.
Indiana needs to continue to get it into Lindemann. They're called travel right there. Just a little too quick. He's moving that foot before he gets the ball on the floor. The Big Ten officials are very, very effective at looking for that travel.
Crowd looking for some defense here. Jud Heathcote trying to get some offense.
Michigan State yet to score here in the 2nd half, almost 4 minutes in, 3.5 minutes in.
And that foul's going to go on Respert away from the ball as he came off a pick. Michael Herman was right there. And Respert gets called for pushing off his 2nd foul. I'm sure he's not used to working this hard to get open. He likes to come, as you said, the left side, take the shot. Oh, good hands there as Respert takes it away from Herman, passes to Snow. Layup is good, so Respert showing some quickness on defense.
Well, Michael Herman did a little talking right there to Sean Respert. He's got to remember Sean Respert's an All-American. He's a senior, and sometimes you don't want to wake a sleeping dog. And I think he awoke him right there. He mouthed off a little bit, and Sean Respert took the ball right away.
Brian Evans jump hook. Michigan State down quickly. Look at the control by Respert. Herman goes on the floor, and Indiana gets possession.
Be sure and watch that. They're really going at one another. You can see Respert brought it right back down the floor, wanting to go right at him. Michael Herman jumped right in, tipped the ball, and you can see Respert going right back to pick up Michael Herman right now.
Good quick hands by Herman. And Herman tries to get up quickly.
Herman's a tough kid. He's from Chicago. Not going to back down from anybody.
Respert out of Detroit. So these kids love to play their basketball. And they're showing it tonight.
Yeah, needs to bring it back out. They still got 15 seconds.
Oh! Henderson goes up strong. 12 feet on the jumper and a foul.
Alan Henderson doing a much better job about the last 3 or 4 games of holding on to the basketball. Now watch, he gets tipped right here. You can see right there they tip, but he's able to hold on to the basketball. Good strength in your hands to be able to hold on to the basketball, yet soften them up and able to shoot that soft jumper. Alan Henderson's really improved a lot in the last 3 or 4 games in that situation.
3rd foul on Respert, so the backcourt of Michigan State, now Snow and Respert, both have 3 fouls.
Indiana has really jumped that lead by 19.
Jamie Fike outside, Garavalia tips. Out of bounds as Respert loses control. Indiana has it. And control the first 5 minutes they have. We're 4.5 minutes into the 2nd half. It's been all Indiana.
Michigan State will come up with a run here in a couple, 2 or 3 minutes. Indiana needs to really continue to push it. They need to take their time offensively, continue to take the shots. The shots are there if they'll just take their time.
Lindemann turns and jumps. Henderson went up high and draws the foul. Garavalia with good position.
When Todd Lindeman has to put the ball on the floor, his shot is much less effective. If he can just catch it, turn, and shoot, as he did in the first half, he does a great job. When he turns, he puts the ball on the floor, turns again. He just doesn't have the effectiveness he has when he just catches and shoots.
Right in front of the student section now, they begin a chant. It's good to have them back. In fact, they've been standing the whole game behind this basket. Respert misses. Lindeman boards. I don't think Indiana wants the fast break. You're right, Ted. Coach Knight off the bench shaking his head.
It's fine that he wants him to run it up the court. They want to take advantage of the situation, but just to throw the ball in a crowd, he's not looking for that.
Got lucky there that Indiana retained possession. Quentin Brooks checks her back in. Respert comes out, so Jud's got to rest either Snow or Respert so they don't pick up that fourth foul now. Actually, Bethea who comes out. Respert's still in there. You see him on Herman.
Herman needs to bring it out, spread the offense, and then take advantage of Lindeman down inside. You see Michael Herman going to take it right at Respert. Be sure and watch those two. They're really going at one another. You can see Sam Licklider. He's noticed it. He's picked up on it. He's a veteran official. He's not going to let it get out of hand. Michael Herman grabbed a hold of Respert on the way down the floor, and Sam Licklider called it right away.
Third foul on Herman. Ray Ruthers checks in, number 5. There he is. See who he comes in for. It's going to be Respert, so Jud is going to rest Respert, really not for the rest, but to avoid the fouls. 18 points for Respert, his 54th straight game, scoring in double figures. Quick pass to Brooks inside. Indiana caught sleeping on the inbounds play.
Sleeping is definitely correct. There's no way that the guy can throw it 5 feet straight inbounds if Indiana's paying attention where the ball is and where the defense is. That's something I guarantee they went over in the walkthrough this morning. The coaches told them what they're going to do on the inbounds play. You got to make them throw the ball out beyond the three-point line. Can't let them inbounds the pass 5 feet from the basket. They're going to score. They're going to go to the free throw line.
Brooks hits on that free throw. The lead now 20, so in the first 5 minutes and 14 seconds, Indiana's doubled their lead they had at halftime. Very impressive start.
13-3 to start the second half.
And Brooks good on both of those.
The thing we're interested in watching here is this is an Indiana team that we remember early in the second half got a 15-point lead against Wisconsin. Let them come back, got another 15-point lead, and then Wisconsin still able to take the lead with about a minute and a half to go the other night.
Travelson tries to move quickly and travels.
Too quick with those feet. You got to take your time. Got to be patient offensively. Make Michigan State work. Make them continue to look up at that scoreboard and realize mentally they're down 20 points and they're going to have to work every time they come down defensively to try to get that ball back.
The 1-4 offense now. Michigan State comes out. Respert out of the lineup. Let's see where they go for their offense.
Got to make one of these big guys shoot it from outside. They're not as near as effective as Sean Respert is from out there.
Garavalia misses. Oh, good steal there as Weather steps in. And he goes right by Brian Evans for the layup. Another example of a turnover leading to an easy basket.
Just a really poor decision by Brian Evans. There was no passing lane right there. There's no reason for Indiana to be in a hurry. They need to take their time, take good shots.
Quick shot is missed, but Jamie Fight called. Lindeman very active. And you're right, Brian Evans is called over by Coach Knight. This is the part of the game where you can start to run that 35-second clock and let that time be on your side.
Well, he came down the last time. He makes a poor pass. He wants to do something good. He wants to hit a three-pointer, but when he misses it, all of a sudden Michigan State going to get the ball back. Instead, Todd Lindeman, great job of going to the offensive board as he has the last 2 games. Really important part of Indiana's offense.
Anderson post.
There's no hurry. That Indiana needs to slow him down. This is where they need a veteran guard to pull him out, tell him to relax. There's no need to hurry. There's still 15 seconds on the clock.
Charlie Miller, bank is open.
Bank is open.
Bank that one in.
They stay open till 9:30 in Bloomington.
Indiana by 19. Slow, sluggish offense for Michigan State. Not what they like to do. Garavalia misses. What a difference Todd Lindeman has made inside. He's tripped up. Alan Henderson goes over Snow for the basket, and Indiana stretches their lead. 22 points for Henderson. He loves playing Michigan State.
Nice job by Henderson of just sliding around rather than going up for a big slam dunk and getting a foul. He just did a nice job of sliding around. And I've told you all along, those 2 points that you lay in, they count just as much as the ones you slam in.
Fike misses. Michigan State having trouble from the field.
He's got to get Respert back in there. They're just not very effective without Sean Respert in there. Todd Lindeman has got to get down on the block. Coach is going to say, Todd, there's no reason for you to step out there, as you can see, telling him right now. You've got to get inside the post or set screen.
Respert is back in, 24. Bethea checks in. Fike and Snow come out, so although Respert goes in, the guy who can set him up, Eric Snow, he's come out.
If Respert gets hot, if he hits a couple shots, look for Coach Knight probably to bring Michael Herman. Michael Herman has really done a nice job getting in his face, making it very, very difficult for him to score baskets.
Charlie Miller goes down. The crowd there felt he was pushed. Respert wide open, but nobody saw it. Weathers outside. Now Michigan State fighting inside. Bethea can't get it, and Brian Evans comes away.
Indiana going to take advantage.
2-on-1. Hart stops. Hard off the backboard.
Michigan State not as quick up with the ball when Snow is not in the game.
Shot fake gets Polanowski. A nice 12-foot shot.
Well, that does just flow right off your tongue, I'll tell you.
Lead is 19. 11:35 left.
Like I mentioned last time, this is the one thing Indiana really misses is a veteran guard to pull them out. That's a bad shot. Indiana doesn't need that shot at this point in time. They still had about 20 seconds on the shot clock. You can see it turns into an easy layup and a three-point play on the other end of the floor.
Lindeman hurries back, but he had to turn his back. And Polanowski gets the layup and the foul.
See, Indiana takes a bad shot. Lindeman, they do not want him taking shots from the free throw line, top of the key. Good job by Polanowski taking the ball to the basket. Lindeman in no man's land right there. He wasn't in a position to take a charge. Just well back off, let the guy have the layup.
Third foul now on Lindeman. So both Herman and Lindeman have 3 for Indiana. Respert and Snow 3 each for Michigan State. Short on the free throw. Henderson boards. Evans brings it up quickly. Even the fans are calling for them to slow it up and run some clock, and they do.
I don't think they really know exactly what they want to do because Coach Knight does want them to get the ball up quickly. Now there's a good job of taking the ball inside. That's where the advantage is. Spread it out where there's a little room to work inside. Give Lindeman some room. Give Evans and Henderson some time to work inside.
Timeout. We'll be back after these messages from your local stations. This is the Raycom Network. Indiana's up 17 now.
Substitution.
Field goal percentage for the opponent, always important. Indiana's average this year at 40%. Their first 4 games, they gave up 80 points a game, but now that down just below 65. So the defense is what's done it for Indiana, and it's working again tonight. Michigan State was about 46% first half, but they're much lower than that here second half.
See if Indiana set up another out-of-bounds play. You remember the last time they set up an out-of-bounds play to Steve Hart. Doesn't look like they've got anything set right here.
High offense now. Lindeman looking for the back pick. They did to Henderson this time. Michigan State defends it. And Henderson makes a tough shot.
Tough shot by Alan Henderson. But you can see, once again, Indiana comes out of the timeout. And they do have a set play. Henderson, very good catch right there to even get his hands on that ball.
24 points for Henderson. Brooks' jumper is good. He gets the roll.
Majority of the Michigan State players, when they fake and drive, they like to drive the middle. They're not going to see them drive the baseline. They like to drive the middle.
Henderson drops off to Lindeman and a foul. This one against Weathers.
One thing I had talked about Henderson improving so much on as far as taking the ball up strong right there. If Lindemann grabs that ball, takes it up strong, he's shooting one free throw, have a chance at a three-point play. Now Sam Licklider's not even going to give him a free throw. Coach Knight not going to be happy about that. And I've got to also disagree. I think Todd Lindemann was definitely catching that ball and going to the basket.
It'll be out of bounds. Evans has it. 16 fouls on Michigan State. So Indiana will shoot the next one. But it didn't help here as Brooks comes away with a board. Weathers off on the three-point shot. And again, Indiana swarms the boards. They've done a great job this year rebounding. Several games over 30 rebounds, and they're going to be again up that high today. Lindemann, jump shot is off, and now foul.
Michael Herman really active. Sean Respert's really turned him on here in the second half. Got a lot of fire going to the basket. Todd Lindemann's got to catch that clean, got to take it up strong, get that ball in the basket.
Third foul on Quentin Brooks. So Garavalia comes in for him. So now Lindemann gets to go to the line.
Lindemann at the line, 2 free throws.
There's another $25 to Gleaners from Noble Romans, the better pizza people. Noble Romans Sicilian pizzas baked in olive oil from scratch daily. Taste the difference at Noble Romans.
And Todd hits both free throws. We're just under 10 minutes left. Indiana's lead now 19. Polanowski is gaining confidence from that baseline. He hits another shot. Give it 6 now on 3 field goals.
Little full court pressure right here. I know Indiana worked. The coaches talked about working against full court pressure. They're very disappointed how they attacked the press the other night against Wisconsin, letting Wisconsin get back into the game.
Garavalia with the steal and the easy layup. It's Snow and Respert now back in the game. So Michigan's got their 2 great guards in there, but Weathers also in the line. So it's a 3-guard, 2-men inside lineup for State.
This is where Indiana needs to take the ball down inside. Michael Herman yelling, telling the guys, don't stand around and watch, set some screens, move, get people open. That's where they got to take it right down in there. No way Polanowski can handle Lindemann down inside.
2 fouls on Polanowski. Jud trying to figure this out. He likes the quickness of his 3-guard lineup, but it hurts him on the rebounding end.
Indiana into the 1-1, excuse me, Lat.
Thomas Kelly checks in, 6'2" freshman. Comes in for Snow, so again it's 3 guards, 2 big people for Michigan State.
There's another $25 to Gleaners Food Bank from the better pizza people. Noble Romans has a new personal stuffed pizza called the Pizza Bomb. Try one for lunch soon.
Indiana 2 more for Lindemann, so it's 4 in a row. Indiana only shot 3 free throws in the first half. Not enough to do what they want, but still scored 47 points. Respert for 3.
Boy, he can shoot.
Just no matter how far away from the ball, you can't come off of him because they'll get that shot away quickly.
And he's hard to defend because when he does shoot the jump shot, they're going to call hand check right there on Kelly. One thing they talked about to the Big Ten officials this year was the hand check, but Respert's so hard to defend because when he does shoot, he kind of falls back. He doesn't go straight up. We're going to take a look at the hand check right here. This is the one thing they said they were going to call in the Big Ten. You can see right here, boom. They don't want your hands on people. You can see him judging him right there, and he can hold on to him. They don't want that.
It doesn't look like a lot, Ted, but you can really guide a person with that hand as he's bouncing around. That becomes very strong there to lead him, and that's why they've instituted that rule. Anderson leads with 24 points. Michael Herman at the line. He rattles that one in. Big foul there because that's the 9th team foul for Michigan State. It's a 1-and-1 for Michael Herman, but every foul now will be 2 shots for Indiana. The rest of the way, Herman short on that free throw. The lead is down to 15 points. Polanowski thought about a 3-pointer from there. Respert. Wow, quickly there as he turned back on that right shoulder.
He was on the line, so he only got 2. You need to back that one out, Charlie.
Charlie takes the shot. That's Miller. He's off. And Michigan State comes down quickly.
For Respert to pop out on that left side. That's the side he likes. That's where they look for him.
Steve Hart is all over him. Back cut by Respert. Barely a quick shot, and Lindemann there as Hart has stepped out to bother that shot. Indiana's got to slow things down and run that clock. 8 minutes left in the game.
Good pass by Michael Herman.
Lindemann takes it in unless you can get a layup.
Because he threw it where the defense no way could get their hands on it. The only guy that could catch it was Todd Lindemann. Made a great catch, one big step and a dunk. Todd Lindemann by far having his best game. He's just played very well the first half, and he's come back here at the second half, really got his head in the game. Gonna take a look. Now watch this pass. There's no way the defense dives after it. Good catch. Big strong to the basket. Good job by all the Indiana players right there.
7:46 left. Indiana leads it by 15. We'll be back after these messages. Chance to give Michigan State their first Big Ten loss of the season. They lead it by 15. They've played a terrific game so far. But this is a Michigan State team that can come back on you. Here's a look at our game summary. Respert having a terrific ball game. And Indiana still shooting very well from the field.
Screen down for Respert. They look to get him open right away. Good pressure by Herman, but he's going to foul him, and he'll probably get 3. Only going to get him 2. They said he was on the line.
Interesting call there by Sid Rodeheff, where he calls 2 on a push.
I think he felt like he was on the line when he took the shot. You can see Jud wanting 3 shots.
Depends where your feet are when you leave the floor. He was over the line in the air when he got fouled, but his last position from leaving the floor was from 2-point area. Doesn't mean Jud can't argue it, though.
This is an interesting point in the game because this is about where Indiana was the other night against Wisconsin. You had about 7 minutes to go in the game. There's 7:40 right now, and Indiana led by 15. With about 2 minutes to go, Indiana gave up a 3-pointer to Finley. It gave Wisconsin the lead, so Indiana needs to get into their offense and continue to make it very difficult for Michigan State.
Bethea checks back in. Indiana's 20-point lead is now down to 13. It doesn't look like State's coming back. They are on the scoreboard.
So they've got their 2 big guns in Snow. Again, Indiana very hurried offensively, and Coach Knight says we want to be quick, but we want to be confident in what we're doing. You don't want to get out there and be lax. You want to move quickly, but you want to make good decisions and take only good shots.
Anderson on the bench for Indiana. He's getting a quick rest, and he'll be back in shortly. It puts more of the scoring responsibility on Evans.
Brian Evans, very effective when he faces the basket. He faced, then he spun, was able to pick the basket up rather than just turning and throwing that hook shot. He's much more effective when he faces, finds the goal, and shoots the basketball.
18 now for Evans, so Henderson and Evans, the bulk of Indiana scoring. Respert,
he just don't ever miss.
Count that a 3-pointer as he came around a screen and hits for 3.
Open shots, he does not miss.
Trap, good job by Herman. He goes right between the trap. Lindemann inside, go up strong, jump hook is off, and the rebound to Bethea.
That time he hurried his shot, just kind of threw it rather than shooting it.
Herman goes for the steal, and Respert gives Snow an open shot.
Look at Respert go after that basketball. You're going to get called for traveling right there. He caught it a little bit off balance.
Took an extra step. Jamie Fike checks in for Michigan State. There's a good look at Respert. He thought about going to the NBA last year, but realized he'd be about a 10 to 15 draft choice. Thought he'd come back to State for another year, where he hopes to be a lottery pick, one of the first 7 picks in the NBA draft.
Indiana needs to spread it out. You got to pick up and see who's coming to trap you. They're going to start trapping here in the half court.
Evans takes it all the way around the lane, misses it. Fast break is Snow.
That's 2 right there.
And it is. He gets around Evans. And the lead is 10, just as it was at the half. Just over 6 minutes left. Michigan State back in the game.
That's a foul right there. I don't know exactly what Bethea was doing. I mean, he's out there all by himself against Charlie Miller. There's no way the official's going to miss that one, but Eric Snow, you can see once he knocks that ball away, there's nobody as fast from baseline to baseline the Big Ten with the basketball. faster than he is. He just gets it from one end to the other better than anybody else.
Good look at Charlie Miller.
Freshman's going to have to hit some free throws.
This whole freshman class, Ted, is getting a lot of playing time here.
There's another $25 to Gleaners from Noble Roman's Pizza. Did you know Noble Romans puts 90 pepperonis on their party-sized pepperoni pizza? Count your pepperonis today.
Garavaglia comes out. Jamie Fike back in. Garavaglia, career high 18 points. We got 16 of those first half. Charlie Miller, good on both free throws. The lead is 8.
Garavaglia has really been impressive here tonight. Very smooth inside and outside. He's been very effective with his jump shot.
Check that, the lead's 12. Now 10. Oh, but they missed it. That's going to be goaltending.
No doubt about that one. The guy underneath couldn't see it, but Sam Licklider had a good look at it outside. The ball came off the board.
Once it hits the board, you can't touch it.
Well, in college, you can touch it, but not when it's coming down into the basket. In the pros, once it hits the board, you can't touch it at all. You can see Indiana very poor against the press, and they turn it over once again.
Evans bringing it up. Michigan State another possession. Buffet outside is off, and Henderson has it. So Michigan State getting some open shots, but they're just not hitting him. Block this time as Charlie Miller was bringing the ball up. Michigan State really pressing the action now to try to get back in this game. That's Eric Snow. It's his 4th foul now.
Jud Heathcote kind of wondering, I'm sure you're going to see Bethea come out. Jud Heathcote wondered what the heck is going on. He commits the foul out in the middle of the court. Lets Indiana go to the free throw line, and then he comes down and fires a 3-point shot. And I think you'll see Jud go over and talk to him, kind of like, I think we're on the different page here. You need to get on my page.
Charlie's got his average. Off on that free throw. Tell you, Ted, 5:24 left, still a 10-point game. Indiana's played great, and yet, as you mentioned, half, it's still a 10-point lead.
Indiana's having a tough time. It's just so difficult against Michigan State. If they're shooting the basketball somewhat good, as Respert is tonight, the rest of the team not shooting that well, but Respert very effective. It's just hard to get up and down the floor and beat them down the floor.
Miller good on the second free throw. Snow comes out for Michigan State, and Respert is in.
Indiana doing a nice job of really bottling up Respert. When you bottle him up, you bottle the entire offense up, and you can see once he pops loose, it's deadly.
Already the Big Ten's all-time leader in 3-point field goals made. He's got 31 points tonight.
As we mentioned, he had 40 against Indiana last year. Indiana doesn't need to score that many points. They need to run the shot clock. Once again, the shot clock's at 20. Brian Evans needs to take this ball back out. Somebody needs to take control of this Indiana offense and start running some clock and getting good shots. Indiana continues to take bad shots.
Anderson misses that one. Oh, an elbow. No call. And the crowd felt there should have been one. Respert, the Michigan State bench up, a travel. Sid Rodehefer with that call. Right in front of the state bench on
Going to take a look right here. Lindemann kind of bumps into him. He really didn't flail the elbow at him. He kind of went back into him with his shoulder. Good no call right there. There's no need to call that.
All right, Neil Reed is in the lineup. There you see the bandage on that right shoulder.
He's not trying to knock anybody's head off or hurt anybody right there. He's just trying to get Lindemann away from him. Obviously, Coach Knight bringing Neil Reed in, seeing the same type of things that we're seeing up here. He wants somebody to get out there and handle the basketball, work a little time off. Once you get down inside 10, then start looking for shots.
It's at 15 now. Offensive foul. Away from the ball. Indiana was trying to get some inside position. Eric Snow checks back in.
I don't think it was a foul. I think they're calling 3 seconds. Nobody ever came over here and gave a foul indication. They called 3 seconds.
3-second call. Snow is in. Respert is in. Just under 4 minutes left.
There's just no reason for Indiana to be camping in the lane when you're trying to run time off the clock. You need to spread the offense out, get some easy layups, make them play some defense. Indiana continues to give them the ball back, and they're only down 8.
Good defense right here, good help. Travel, Garavaglia could not decide what to do. And we've got timeout. We'll be back after these messages from your local stations. This is the Raycom Network. Take some time. That last possession, he really did a nice job to hold that ball.
He did. He did a nice job of holding the ball out front. I'm a little surprised Snow not going to put a little bit more pressure on him, although he doesn't seem to have much problem dribbling the basketball. You can see Indiana a little bit more spread out, but as time goes down on the clock, they get tighter and tighter to the lane. Just no need to do that. You just need to continue to spread it out, continue to set back screens, and you'll get your good shots if you just take your time.
Evans' jump hook is off. That's a good shot. But Michigan State boards. Chance to cut the lead to 6.
Or even 5 with Sean Respert on your team. He can hit that 3 at any time.
Here comes Respert. Reed switches out onto him.
Good job by Reed. Good knock away. Look at him diving on the floor. He's got just dislocated his shoulder earlier this week. He's a gamer. He's a tough kid. He came to play.
See, he's got that brace on. It doesn't limit him, but it does prevent that arm from coming out. See if it affects his shot if he gets to take one.
I don't think you'll see him taking any shots, but it affects him a lot more than it did Evans last year because that is his shooting arm, his strong arm, where last year it was Evans' off arm.
Switch again on Respert. He's desperately looking for that shot. No travel. Shot clock expired. And that'll be a turnover. Indiana ball. Big violation right there. 15 turnovers. And Jud Heathcote looks concerned.
Indiana. 2:35 left in the game. Indiana wants to get this down in the 2:10 range before they shoot a basket. Indiana continues to do a lot of screening down on the baseline. That's a good shot. That's the one they want right there. Even though they missed it, that's the good one.
Off. Snow did not touch that ball. Evans couldn't track it down. Michigan State has possession again. 2:19 left. Indiana by 8.
Indiana's been very fortunate, played some good defense. They're going to have to continue to play good defense because they'll be looking for Respert.
Watch Respert if you can on your screen, and watch how Indiana switches every pick that Respert tries to come off.
See, that time they took the ball away from him. He ran away from the ball. But there he is.
And there it goes. The lead is 5 at the 2-minute mark. 34 points for Respert, and we've got a ball game. 2 minutes left.
Same type of game we had the other night. Indiana leads by 15 with about 7 minutes to go. Indiana not able to hit a shot down here.
Henderson on a drive there, very aggressive, and he gets fouled. That one on Garavaglia. Henderson's going to go to the line.
I'm going to take a look at Sean Respert. Look at him work along the baseline. You see Hart not wanting to leave him inside. Right there, just a nice bump. He just continues to go around. He continues to work hard off screens, and once he gets it with any type of opening, he's deadly for that jump shot.
Henderson to line. Free throws become so important now for the Hoosiers.
There's another $25 to Gleaners from Noah Roman's Pizza. And don't forget, the Better Pizza people deliver both lunch and dinner. Give them a call today.
Henderson good on both. Henderson is also past Archie Dees now to number 3 on the all-time rebounding list for Indiana. He's only got Benson and Walt Bellamy to catch. But right now the concern is this ball game. 7-point lead, 1:35 left. Respert misses. Polanowski gets it. Nearly gets the rebound basket. Foul on Evans. So Respert finally misses. Indiana can't come away with it.
Todd Lindman did a good job of stepping out on the baseline, putting a lot of pressure on Respert. We're going to take a look at it. See, Lindman makes him shoot it with a little bit more arch, but nobody blocks out Polanowski, and he's able to get a hold of it. Very fortunate that ball didn't go in and go for a 3-point play.
Just comes out. Evans third.
Replacing number 13, Ray Snow.
Ray Weathers now in the lineup again.
Number 35.
Fouled in the motion, so he will be taken 2.
He's good on the first. Indiana 18 fouls. Otherwise they've been 1-1 on a non-shooting foul. Michigan State wants to bring Bethea in, but he didn't get to the bench, scorer's bench in time. Polanowski off, long rebound. Henderson comes away with it.
Good hands by Alan Henderson.
They go right to Reed. Weathers is going to foul him and see if he can make the free throw. Smart play by Michigan State.
Good play. Obviously, Jud Heathcote told his team, let's go over and see if he can dribble the basketball. Let's see if he can shoot it with that brace on. And they went after him right away.
Now, Michigan State makes a change. They'll bring Snow in for the offense. Let Weathers play defense. Smart play by Michigan State.
Snow has at least 3 fouls. I think that's what he's standing with right now is 3 fouls. So they can't lose him. They'll bring Weathers back in to play defense and to give up fouls. Indiana going to have to hit some free throws down the stretch.
Reed is long on that, although his form looks good. 6-point lead, 1:26 left.
Brace or no brace, these are just ones you have to step up there, you got to hit them.
Makes the second, 7-point Indiana lead. So Michigan State needs the 3-point shot, and they need it in a hurry.
Indiana down along the baseline. Evans, Lindemann, they've got to knock Respert off of screens. Here he comes. Lindemann's got to turn around. He's got to knock him off that screen. You can't continue to let him just come along the baseline untouched and get shots. You got to step out and make him run all the way out of bounds if he wants to get a shot.
Evans wants to control the ball now. He's got to get across the line. Shot clock was at 26, so he had 10 seconds to get across the line. He took 9. But a foul on Snow, and that's his 5th. So he had 4 fouls. Jud put him back in the game. He's now drawn his 5th. So Eric Snow now fouls out.
Okay, let's take a look at Respert. Now watch here. Lindemann needs to step down and knock him off that cut. He lets him step out there. There's nothing Neil Reed or Steve Hart or anybody else can do. You've got to get some help. When he's the one key in your offense, you've got to help your other guys. You've got to knock him off there. You've got to help the guards out right there.
6 points for Snow, but more importantly, he's their ball handler. He's gone at Jud Heathcote puts Weathers in now. 4-point game, 1 minute, 1 second to go. Brian Evans has 2 free throws for Indiana.
2 big free throws.
Nothing but net there, and that's what Evans needs. Respert now has 8 3-point field goals in this ball game.
Right here is where if you had a little bit more mature team, one of those guards would grab a hold of one of those big guys and say, hey, you got to help me out and knock him off that cut, because he's not getting a lot of shots one-on-one. Right here he's taking a one-on-one, but it's difficult right there. But it's when he comes off screens.
Polanowski for 3. Weathers a good rebound. Misses. Polanowski back in. Michigan State attacks the boards. Pass into Lindemann and a foul by Garvalia.
That's the guy that I would think Michigan State would probably want to foul. He's been very effective here tonight, but still his percentage for the year not as good as a Brian Evans or an Alan Henderson.
You can expect this for the rest of the 44.9 seconds. Michigan State should score quickly, foul quickly, and make Indiana make these free throws.
Exactly. You probably see Snow. I'm a little surprised he hadn't put Snow back.
Snow's got 5. He's fouled out.
Oh, he did foul out.
That was his 5th.
Excuse me.
So he is gone. Lindemann a big free throw.
Great job by Todd Lindemann stepping up. As I said, he shot free throws very well tonight. Nice job of gathering himself, putting a nice soft shot up there for Indiana.
16 points for Lindemann, and he has come on strong here in the Big Ten season for Indiana. 40 seconds to go. 6-point lead.
Good job by Lindemann of stepping out that time, make him go out farther.
Whoa!
Still hit him.
That was way out there. Evans gets the ball back. Goes to Hart and the foul. 27 seconds left. You can see how Michigan State can come back so quickly. That is the 9th 3-point shot. That's a Big Ten record now. Most 3-point field goals in a game, and that's
a bomb right there.
Respert, that brings a smile to his face.
That's about a 28-30 footer. There's not a lot you can do defensively out there, although I'm sure Coach Knight would think we need a little bit more pressure on him even from 30 feet away.
I talked about them averaging 87 points a game, being hard for them to get their average. They're at 82 right now. Jud Heathcote knows how to let his team fill it up. A big free throw by Steve Hart. Good on the second. So Indiana, 4 clutch free throws here with under a minute to go. Timeout. 27 seconds left. Indiana 87-82. We'll be back after these messages. Terrific night, a record-setting three-point night, and Steve Hart is following him closely, even down all the way three-quarters court to make Michigan State take as much time before they get the shot. 2 3-pointers puts Michigan State in the lead. Here's Respert.
Okay, you can't let him get it back. Henderson doing a nice job not letting him get it back.
Bethea rebounds off. Henderson rebounds, and a foul.
Good senior leadership by Alan Henderson. He stepped out on Respert, and then he didn't let him go. Even though he's not his man, he's the guy killing Indiana. He steps out, takes him. Once the shot goes up, he goes to the board hard and gets a big rebound for Indiana.
Henderson and Evans have given Indiana the leadership they've looked for late in the ball game. Paulinowski's fouled out. He had a good game with 9 points. Pat Knight checks in for Neil Reed. Jamie Fike checks in for the Spartans.
If Alan Henderson makes both of these free throws, I think it'll pretty much take care of the game. But if not, they're still within 5 points in 2 possessions. So Allen needs to make both of these free throws for Indiana.
He's good on the first there. And Indiana has really played well, Ted. They've been in the lead for the whole game. But even when Michigan State started to come back, Indiana held its own. We're down to a last possession. Garavaglia for 3. It's off. Henderson boards. And another foul. So 2 big rebounds to end this game, and Indiana is going to win it. They're going to go to 2-1 in Big Ten play, and Michigan State will fall to 2-1. It's made these students happy, and this team very pleased with their output. Coach Bob Knight put together a great plan, a high-scoring game, but Indiana's going to win it.
I think Indiana probably got its best.
The Hoosiers were looking to improve their conference road record, but Illinois used balanced scoring by Kawan Garris and Jerry Hester to defeat Bob Knight and company. The Hoosiers Roadshow now visits the Nittany Lions in University Park, Pennsylvania. Penn State coach Bruce Parkhill has the Lions playing solid defense, led by senior John Ameche. Last Saturday, Penn